I feel very strongly that we should have local preference. In fact, I've looked at our retirement systems and the billions of dollars in those big retirement systems and wondered if there's not some way that we can encourage them to invest in Arizona. And so I think it's absolutely vital that we do that. We can't impose strict rules and say everything must be purchased in Arizona, because obviously then we create a market that's artificially increased in cost. And I think it would be, I've not studied the state purchasing policy as it stands, but I have no doubt that it needs to be improved and more emphasis placed on local. Now that's a big part, an assumption on my part since I haven't studied it, but from my observations that's something that's focusing on our state, and the importance of strengthening our state is something in all areas that I don't think is emphasized enough. Because as we look at the threat to the United States in general and to our freedom in general, we have to maintain the strength of our state. It was the balance was very much thrown out of balance with the 17th Amendment. Under the Constitution, state senators were chosen by state legislatures, thereby protecting states' rights and keeping things in balance. With the 17th Amendment, which people viewed as a very democratic thing to do, it converted the state Senate into another House of Representatives. Not only that, but they have the term of 6 years, which makes it very, very difficult to remove a senator who is not looking after states' rights, which is their proper role. Now, overturning the 17th Amendment would be extremely difficult. I have proposed legislation back in the 90s and again this last session to do that, knowing that it most likely would not happen, but it would open up that communication of understanding and causing people to look at it and say, well, what's the 17th Amendment? What did it do? And it brings up, of course, a discussion that as we go to the schools are teaching that we are a democracy, when in fact we are a republic, and there's a large difference between that. And so that issue of local control and acknowledging Arizona, keeping Arizona business strong is very, very vital for so many reasons. And so I'd make a commitment to look at that and study that state purchasing policy, because, as I said, I'm confident that it is not weighted sufficiently toward Arizona grown and managed business.